I was at the fucking bar last night and I was hit with some incredible fucking news. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Tate has been charged with rape and human trafficking.
Prosecutors in Romania have filed formal charges against the controversial influencer Andrew Tate, his brother Tristan, and two Romanian associates.
Okay, this one tastes like shit. It just absolutely tastes like fucking doo-doo. This coffee does not taste good.
Charges include rape, human trafficking, and forming an organised crime group, as well as illegally accessing a computer system and violence against one of the alleged victims. The indictment deposited with the Bucharest court says that at the beginning of 2021, the four defendants formed an organised criminal group to commit human trafficking in Romania, but also in other countries such as the United States and Britain. Our correspondent in Bucharest, Lucy Williamson, gave us the latest on today's charges and the background to the case.
This investigation has taken 6 months to complete. They have been in detention or under house arrest for all that time, and Romania's organised crime unit have come out with a statement this morning which outlines some of the information that led to this indictment. As you outlined there, we know the main charges that are being filed. We know there are 7.
That's crazy. That's what Andrew Tate said.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Andrew Tate and the Trump situation is like very similar. Obviously, Andrew Tate's crimes are significantly worse than Trump's, or at least the ones Trump has been charged with so far.
Alleged victims who are apparently allegedly recruited by false promises of love and marriage by the two Tate brothers. And it does seem to be quite a wide-ranging set of charges. The charge of human trafficking is an umbrella charge, and within that there are several counts against each of the 4 defendants. We're also getting some information from the organised crime unit about the assets that have been seized, properties, cars, luxury watches, but also more than $300 million in cryptocurrency. And we're told that there's
Whoa, they are actually bossed up. That's crazy. God, crypto is so wild. I mean, they got minus 300 million now, but still, like that, I am genuinely shocked about that. That's like $300 million is a lot of fucking cookies, man.
Luxury watches, but also more than $300 million in cryptocurrency. And we're told that there are separate charges that are still under investigation that may be the subject of a separate indictment in the future, and they include money laundering, influencing statements, and trafficking of minors.
Lucy, for those who don't know Andrew Tate...
Trafficking of minors? That's not true. Tate did an investigation. He's only worth $10 million total.
Just explain who he is. You did a lengthy interview with him just a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
He's become extremely well known, particularly amongst young people, for his controversial statements online. He presents himself as someone who teaches young men how to be men. He gives them inspirational statements, but he also puts out advice on relationships that's really concerned a lot of people across.
Wait, it wasn't 300K?
No.
Or 300... How much Bitcoin there's, according to Tate, they seized assets including over 21 Bitcoin, which is $560,000 as of June 20th. Some auto-translate software, including Google Translate, erroneously suggested a much larger amount of Bitcoin worth 384 million had been seized due to an error interpreting the original Romanian. Oh my God. Oh my God, he was a fucking broke boy too? Dude,
I believe the term is a brokey.
A fucking brokey? Oh shit, you're drinking that government water, Andrew. You're not fucking drinking sparkling water. You're drinking government water. You don't have enough money, Andrew, to buy sparkling water every fucking day. Oh my God, a fucking brokey too? What is going on? He's a fucking broke boy too. Oh no.
So,
devastating.
June 20th, that's today, right?
This literally happened last night while we were at the club.
No, I know. I was trying to see if that number is like recent.
His house is only worth 600K in Romania. All his cars are rented and he only has 300K in crypto. I'm tweeting about this. I'm sorry.
What about the Bugatti?
Oh no, top G, more like broke G. So I was fucking right. I told you motherfuckers that like half the dudes whose streams he was going on have more money than he does. It was all a fucking flex, dude. More like broke G. Fucking broke G. A brokey. A broke boy. Oh, that's fucking fire, dude. I'm sorry. This is like, the justice being served part is great, but it's like doubly great when you fucking see this kind of situation unfold. And all of these dumb motherfuckers who love him, dude, all of these dumbasses who love him have been fucking absolutely duped. Fucking duped. He was a broke boy all along. He was a fucking broke boy all along. I said, lied about being bald by choice, lied about having millions of Bitcoin, broke G. You know he has a shit ton of money, just not on the books though. Yeah, you know, it famously, when a incredibly fucking comprehensive investigation is conducted, they have a really hard time finding all of your assets. Like, these guys weren't exactly a fucking brilliant operation. If anything, part of the reason why they are in such trouble at the moment is precisely because they were not running a brilliant operation. They were very stupid. They very openly talked about doing lover boy method sex trafficking. They very openly talked about the abuse that they put women through. They very openly talked about tax evasion and how to control and manipulate women. You can say you're coping all you want, but turns out, you know who the real top G is? People like myself. People like XQC. Turns out his entire net worth is around 10 million. He says it right here.
I was like, you just get beyond that point with money. So it's kind of like this middle ground. When you're broke, you own nothing. And then you start doing well and you own a bunch of stuff. And then you get to the top and you're just trying to get rid of it all and don't want to own anything anymore.
Well, E-Man said when we interviewed him, he said he didn't want to be a billionaire. He said as soon as you get to that sort of level, they'll start controlling you and manipulating you. So do you have a similar thought pattern on that?
It's very hard to not become a billionaire in the world today, I think, if you're truly influential. I'm already a billionaire if I had to have my net worth measured.
Yeah, totally. Dude, it's great. He's been a con man since day one, and I love con men, and makes sense. Yeah, 10 million is definitely well off, especially if investing in the stock market for the middle class. You're right, retiring in America is getting impossible. Homies, $10 million is an unimaginable amount of money.
That is a lot of money.
However, $10 million is not the way Andrew Tate fucking presented himself, okay? He kept saying he's a billionaire, dude. He kept saying he had hundreds of millions of dollars in the fucking bank. Okay, understand that we're not comparing Andrew Tate to like a stevedore. We're not comparing Andrew Tate to a, let's say, teacher in Oklahoma. We're comparing Andrew Tate to Aiden Ross. We're comparing Andrew Tate to XQC, okay? So when you compare Andrew Tate to XQC and you find out that his entire net worth is basically 1/10 of the contract that XQC is getting from Kick, that's when you come to the realization that the top G is not on top. He's lying about being on top, okay? His actual liquid wealth is probably less because they're factoring in cars in his his house. Yeah, his house, someone said, is around 600,000, which makes sense. If he has 14 cars, that's a couple million in a fleet because like a lot of those cars are really expensive. So that totally, most of his fucking net worth is probably in watches and cars. Those are his assets. And then that's it. O zaman Bugatti kimin? Guys, for people who are asking, like, listen to me, okay?
Go on Auto Trader.
I don't know how much Bugattis cost. What is it, 1.9 million? Okay, a Bugatti.
Hold on. It depends on the year and the condition or whatever. They're not all $5 million.
Okay, the most expensive Bugatti is like 5.4, a Devo, right? Bugatti Devo is 5.4 million. I don't know how the Bugatti he has. I don't know which Bugatti he has, and I don't know how much it costs. But at the end of the day, it's like, let's say it's 2.9 million. Okay, it's the same price as my fucking house. Do you understand? Like, you can be a relatively wealthy person while you are operating well beyond your fucking means. You know what I mean? So what he probably did is he probably had that much money, and then he went and he fucking bought it. He bought the Bugatti to present himself as an incredibly wealthy person. Because when you buy a $3 million car, people look at you and go, oh, you must have $100 million. And that's the entire point of being a con man. How many times have we seen this? People do this all the time. That's why a lot of people will go and rent cars like that to present themselves as much wealthier than they actually are. Because you would never expect a motherfucker who only has like $4 million, $5 million to go and buy a Bugatti, because that would be fucking idiotic. That'd be insane. So I guess the equivalent of this would be like in the real world, in your group of friends, it's like the fucking kid who buys like expensive shoes or something. You know what I mean? To make it seem like they're more wealthy than they actually are. Or they go and buy a 3 Series, right? And it's like they barely can afford it, but they want to fucking present themselves as like a flexer, like a big spender. That's it. I think it's funny when you actually consider Aiden Ross probably has more money than him. Yes, exactly.
You keep bringing up Aiden Ross. Who's Aiden Ross?
Aiden Ross is, oh God, don't worry about it. I love this. Murat is my fucking rock. Do you understand? Murat is my motherfucking rock, dude. These types of conversations are precisely what keep me grounded when I'm feeling the heat on like Twitter or some shit. When I hear a normal human being say, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, thank God, dude. The world is not fucking insane.
Is he a YouTuber?
He's like he used to be a Twitch streamer, and then he became a fucking cake streamer. He hates me. We used to be friendly with one another, and then he got groomed by Andrew Tate. Let's see what Forbes. So Forbes are asking for financial details to add me to the billionaires list. I'm the most viewed man on the planet, the most respected masculine role model alive. I own the entire idea of masculinity. Of course I'm worth a measly B. You do not need paperwork, feds. That's what we got. Andrew Tate, we knew he lied all the time, but it does feel good when you see like all the things that you speculated and all the things that you were stating come to fruition. All the things you suspected actually turned into the truth.
Across the UK, police, teachers, rights organisations have all warned about his influence. And so the investigation here in Romania has really increased the spotlight on him and brought many more people into awareness of the kind of things that he's been saying. I should also mention that his team have responded to the indictment here this morning with a statement saying that the brothers embraced the opportunity to demonstrate their innocence. And she said, our primary focus will be to establish the truth.
Lucy Williamson in Bucharest there.
Good morning.
This is a funny take from a friend. I hate Andrew Tate as much as anyone, but the way the Romanian authorities are going after him is a very concerning attack on freedom and will have a chilling effect on anyone trying to set up a sex trafficking ring in Romania. I agree. I don't get why it takes so long to charge anyone. I would have agreed with this, by the way, as well. I did agree with this until today. Finally, this motherfucker got charged. Andrew Tate said he moved to Romania because he thought it was lawless. His Romanian lawyer said that he's changed his mind on that claim. This photo. This fucking photo. Yeah, my face when I realized Romania not as lawless. I've made a huge mistake. So he's just pissed it's not as corrupt as he thought. Andrew Tate is actually donating $25 million literally year over year. I don't know if you know this, but you could just say anything online, right? You can literally say anything online, and if no one is like doing rigorous fact checking, or even if people are doing rigorous fact checking, as long as you don't fucking hear it or you don't see it or you think it's fucking fake news, it doesn't matter. Okay? Only 967 left, 1,000. You telling me he can't even sell 1,000 t-shirts for $99.
That is an expensive t-shirt.
You're trying to tell me that this motherfucker went and got a t-shirt made in fucking China or Vietnam for like $1, and he's upmarking it by $99 and he can't sell it to 1,000 people? I guess the reason why he can't do it is because all of his fucking fanboys are too busy. They're too busy trying to make ends meet because they lost all their fucking mommy's credit card money on whatever crypto pump and dump scheme that Andrew Tate was selling them inside of the Hustlers University. Inside Andrew Tate's real empire with 10 million pounds fortune and 440K in crypto after boasting he's a trillionaire. By the way, the irony is, remember that fucking thing that people misquote about me all the time? When I said, like, I don't have interest in, like, anything, like, I don't have an interest in, like, living beyond my means. Everything I buy is usually shit that I use on a daily basis, like a house or a fucking car, and I'll buy a fancy version of it, but even then it's, like, well within my means. Andrew Tate does the exact opposite of that. He is purchasing shit or making it seem like he purchases shit that is way outside of his means. That's the difference, okay? Do you understand? When he should have at least put some of those funds into getting a fucking hair transplant.
Bro, Romania's so close to Turkey, too.
I know. It just, like, doesn't make no sense to me, dog. Just get a fucking hair transplant.
He had a private jet. He could have just hopped over.
According to YouTube hair transplant doctors, he probably did get one, but stopped taking his Propecia. His bootlicker-in-chief, Aiden, has more money than him, and he had him sniffing his farts, man. Yeah, that's actually really important. I need you to understand something. Little Krish, please unban. I'm 24. Nope, not happening. But thank you for the gift of subs. So what a lot of you need to understand is, like, he was so captivating to people that, like, he was able to dupe someone who was young, but, like, a lot more successful than him into believing that he had more money than Aiden did. Aiden fucking licked this man's taint, bro. And it turns out he had more money in his fucking bank account than this guy did.
By currency, guys.
By the way, I said this back when me and Aiden were, back before Aiden fucking lost his mind. I said this both to him and in public. I wonder if you guys can find a clip where I was like, Aiden, you are more successful than Andrew Tate. He needs you more than you need him. Why can't you fucking see this? I literally told him this. And everyone fucking yelled at me. They were like, do you guys remember when people were, like, debating me? They're like, no, actually, Andrew Tate has 150,000 fucking paying members in his Discord for Hustlers University. You dumb motherfuckers. I told you it was botted out the fucking gills, okay? I told you that the Hustlers University Discord fraud was, like, maximum a couple thousand fucking paying active subscribers. No fucking shot, dude. I smelled that shit from a goddamn mile away. Whoo!